Again. We have seen good guests, good messages so far. I think we are picking up speed in understanding, in evaluating what AI means and what is happening around the country, around the world with AI. But I have a request to the organizers, a suggestion, a humble request. Somehow I think these sessions are going on very seriously. I don't think we are here for taking any exams. We are only exchanging ideas. Though I am here, I am sure you have a lot more information than what I have. So this is not a lecture series. I'm not telling you or you are not listening from me. So let's ease up a little bit. Maybe let's smile a little bit. But chatter hurts, chatter is to be limited. And I don't think we need to be that serious about what is going on here. The subject matter is serious. We need to pay attention, but we need not be gloomy and serious. Do you agree with me? How many agree? Okay, good. That's youth. That's youth power. Okay. Before going into this discussion of what AI is doing, especially in space applications, space missions, to understand the complexities of space, let's do a small exercise and then get back to the slides. There are only 5 slides. It can take anywhere from 5 minutes to 5 hours to 5 days. Dr. Raju said you have maximum of 7 minutes. So we'll figure out how to do it. Or maybe we'll convince him to give another 5 minutes. Everybody here, please look up to the ceiling. That's the toughest job, right? Okay, not that fast. You look up after 4 minutes of I ask you to look up. That's pain, right? What's going on? You look up after 24 minutes of me asking you to look up. You will drop, right? You will not do it. But you're a machine, you're a sojourner. I took you all the way to Mars. I put you there. And now I'm talking to you and I'm giving you a command. The fastest I can reach you is in 4 minutes. The longest I reach you is in 24 minutes. And do whatever you want to do. I have no control. I'm here. Whether you looked up, you didn't look up, you just stayed. 90% of the people stayed. That means those machines are buggy. They didn't even get the signal. They didn't process the signal. They did not obey the signal. The Houston ground center is helpless. If you are the rover on Mars, what would you like to happen? You're a humble, good meaning, very capable. What would you like? You want to hear the command as the commander issues it, and you want to work on it as fast and as reliably as you can, and you want to send back the results as immediately as you can. This 24 minutes of delay, time lag, light lag is not funny, is not good, is not worth it. But that's how we started our exploration of Mars in 1960s to 70s to 80s, and finally when we put the rover in 95, that was the best we could do. So somebody sitting in Houston, they give a command, Okay, take a picture. The rover is standing there still. After 24 minutes, it gets the command, it takes the picture, and it has to ship it back. After 24 minutes, somebody in Houston says, okay, that's reasonably good, capture it. Or do something, do laser spectroscopy. So this was such a painful exercise. People thought at this rate we would never, ever be able to scan Mars, let alone other planets. Because Mars is the nearest one. We should be able to do a better job with Mars. We are talking only about 24 minutes of time lag. That's how we were challenged to come up with an onboard AI-enabled autonomous system to issue commands to itself, understanding what is around it. Here we know, in our labs, we see most of our students making robots, draw lines, track line, go straight, go left, go right, lift, drop. These are all predetermined commands. If you are put on a totally different unknown terrain, unseen terrain, unevaluated terrain, not even sure about the chemical composition of the terrain, what would you do? Okay, from that day, we have come a long way to 2026. We have addressed that problem. We have addressed associated problems. We have addressed other problems. And we have addressed how to use whatever we have done in the last 20, 30 years in making machines autonomous through artificial intelligence to be practically useful. I'm not going into ethics. I'm not going into details. I'm not going into the dangers of making these things available to general public, but these are all controlled, in controlled environments, highly seasoned scientific missions, scientific agencies, space agencies, how they have leveraged the ideas of artificial intelligence. The first one, we deal with NASA. NASA is a premier space agency, we all know that. And we still talk about NASA as probably the most capable space agency out there. So, what do they do as of now? Let's see in one slide. Obviously, the most difficult, the most challenging exercises, the missions were one that's to deal with Mars, the other one is solar probes, the third one is Hubble telescope. All are very, very challenging, very, very capable, very, very demanding missions. Anyway, we are all interested, thanks to Elon Musk, about Mars, because one day we think we may end up there as tourists are to live there permanently. So, what's going on Mars? Mars terrain is very, 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 very uneven, unruly, unfriendly. You can put all sorts of uns in front of it. And now we have a rover on it, and this rover can map around itself, can see what is going on around itself. There is nothing much going on Mars. There are no much moving parts because the atmosphere is very, very minimal. There are no winds, there are no windstorms, there are no nothing. But there may be some. But as far as you are on the terrain, on the surface of Mars, there are not many moving parts. However, there are big, big boulders, big craters, slippery slopes, slippery dust, all those things are there. So the challenge for the latest rover, Perseverance, is to be able to navigate itself. That we can do using artificial intelligence. Then, in my original question, there were three parts. If I say something, you will listen after 24 minutes or 20 minutes average. When you decide to say something, I will receive that after 20 minutes or 24 minutes. So those two parts I need to still address. So instead of me saying go right, go left, go up, go down, that you are able to make use of AI and you are autonomous to that extent. So to be autonomous, we have a vague idea of what all can be done, what all is being done with the more powerful computers today, more powerful models today of geological, geographical, ecological, all sorts of models. You choose some models, you ship them along with the rover, and rover has the cameras, has the onboard computer, has all sorts of things that can process the data and help you guide to go forward, left, right, or whatever. And where to take the samples, how to study the sample, how to collect the data, how to collect the results, and pack the results to ship you back. That is a great achievement. Being autonomous as far as navigation is concerned, being autonomous as far as targeting is concerned is also built in. You can also target which rock to take sample from, which dust to take sample from. If you travel, though at lower speeds, it's better than waiting for 40 minutes, 30 minutes to take the next step. To move in millimeters, we used to take half an hour, 40 minutes, 2 hours. Now we can move in meters. We can go in meters and then wait for the topographical study. Take samples. If the samples are quite different from what you had before, you take it, gather the information, pack it, keep the packets ready for shipping. So somewhere we need that shipping pipeline also. For that, NASA has developed something called Deep Space Network. What it means? The rover from Mars sends the qualified, filtered, cleaned data only to the intermediary satellites. And those intermediary satellites, moving at the speed of geostationary satellites, obviously, they talk to three ground stations, one in California, one in Spain, and one in Australia. So they capture the data, but they can capture only through windows of 10 minutes each. So you pack everything, you be ready with the packets of data, good data, valid data, and in those 10 minutes window, you dump it to the ground station. 10 minutes window, you dump it to Australian station. Another 10 minutes, you dump it to California station. So once it comes to the ground stations, we have no problem of dealing with the data. Being able to send it here is a problem. And think about it. We are not the only ones. We are only a rover. And there is a Hubble telescope. There is a lunar probe. There are hundreds of other things happening from NASA side, and everybody wants to send data. Most of them are autonomous nowadays. Most of them are taking independent decisions to gather data, clean data, process and all that. And they are ready to ship through DNA, this deep space net, through ground stations, and which we can save here, process here. Like in the other sessions, they said why we talk about petas and zetas and other things. That's the reason. So we have good handle. From NASA's side, I think we are in good shape. Still, there is some vagueness when I said I am autonomous to the extent of knowing my topography. I am autonomous to the extent of selecting the targets. I am autonomous to the extent of using my laser spectroscopy, collecting the data, processing the data. Then I said, in a vague way, I am ready with my packets to ship. As if that's a very simple thing. That challenge was taken by the next agency, European, you see, I am so dependent on somebody invisible. I am hoping somebody would touch it. Go to the next slide. So that level of autonomy is not even available here. So we are worried about what happens when everything becomes autonomous. It won't become. It won't become. It will become subjective as we go forward, and subjective things will always need to be checked and rechecked, like individuals, like us. So, okay, I am autonomous to this extent. If I can extend my arm, I am autonomous. So, what happens with what is happening with ESA, European Space Agency? Europeans are faced with this problem. You have a lot of data in space and you have to reach it to the ground. The challenge for satellite manufacturers, satellite operators, or telemetry operators in space missions is, imagine I have data here. I am on somewhere like Mars or Moon or somewhere, and I know that I have to ship this data. When I transfer the data through whatever pipe I have, that is when I use maximum of my energy, maximum of my battery. If you are a satellite, what is the most expensive resource you have? Energy. So just because you have lots of data, you cannot just ship it because it is so expensive to ship it, to send it, to transfer it. So you clean it, you get to the bottom of that, and that little chunk of data, you have to ship it. That is what is mastered by these guys, ESA, by employing edge technologies. In the series of your network, in the node, you imagine yourself having 10, 15 nodes. What is the farthermost node or the nearest node to the raw data? Let him process it. Then all other nodes will only transfer the clean, small, pocketized data. So that's how we started calling it edge technologies, edging, edge cleaning, or whatever. So ESA, how they achieved this one? They sent Pi satellite. They gathered a lot of information. They processed it using the inbuilt algorithms for the inbuilt hardware. Then immediately they figured that's not the smart way to do it. For example, imagine our smartphone, its hardware and its software are tied so well, nothing else plays on it. Then what good is it? Imagine our modern operating systems, modern gadgets, modern smartphones. When the smartphone is made, we don't know what type of apps are going to play on it. But if you can make a satellite, a Pi satellite with an operating system which can accept AI-enabled applications to run on it, I think that's a better solution, isn't it? And that's what they have done. In Pi, they aligned hardware to the software, and they could do certain models, but efficiently. They did it. Later on in Pi 2, they said, no, we don't even know what we are looking for down the line. We don't even know what models will ask for what type of data to be shipped. We have raw data up there. We have tons of it there. Right now, we think only this much is needed. In future, probably people will ask for something else also. Then I have to send another model up onto the satellite. So Pi 2 is like a smartphone, a modern laptop, a modern computer with an operating system ready to accept any application. Like it has a Play Store, it has an App Store on it. See the beauty of it. Now, most of the students, most of the colleges, most of the people, we say, no, we are dealing with data, we are dealing with data. How can you deal with data? You can write your own model. You can put on any of the CubeSats or PySat, and you can process the data. You can get the results back, and now you know how it works. Before Pi 2, before ESS work, before CubeSats, it was impossible because you have to have your hardware, you have to have your software. Only for that combination you can load your models. It's like fixed, automated, but fixed, not flexible. So that's the achievement of ESA. ESA's downlink technology, now process it, pack it, then downlink it, and think before downlinking it. Think twice before downlinking it because it takes a lot of energy from satellites to downlink it. Save energy so that you can do a lot more. So ESA has mastered that. European Space Agency is a master today in doing that. Then, what about Chinese? Now we are talking about data centers, we are talking about supercomputers, we are talking about a lot of investment, a lot of infrastructure being built on Earth. But when you have missions like going to Mars, colonizing Mars, going beyond Mars, going into deep space, going into interstellar things, probably putting everything on Earth is also not prudent, is also not sufficient, is trivial. So you need to put something in space itself. What do we put there? Let's build a supercomputer in space itself. Not one, using 2,800 satellites, each satellite being its own computer with other paraphernalia. Imagine every satellite as a computer, and then link them all together, 2,800 of them, and you have a massive supercomputer, and they're aiming for 1,000 pops. So far, they reached 5 pops with 12 satellites, like 1,000 petabytes operations. No, not bytes, operations per second. Peta operations per second. And that's what Chinese are doing. What is it they want to do with such large, huge supercomputers? What type of data they want to capture and process? It's up to your imagination. We don't have it on Earth, but they want to have it in space. They want to process all sorts of data, astronomical data, terrestrial data, all sorts of things they want to process, and we don't know what they will process it for and how they will use it for. That's about Chinese. They're ahead of us, ahead of rest of the world in doing that. Okay, for lack of time, for want of time, I am also rushing because Dr. Rajagari is looking at me. I know that. I can see 180 degrees. Okay. Then how about our granddaddy, Roscosmos, Russians? They cannot be behind, right? They will be ahead of everybody, especially in space, because they started the game. They started the game. They were only chased by Americans. Americans were not the original thinkers of space and its applications. So Roscosmos must be ahead of us. We all know International Space Station is going to be decommissioned in 2030. So there is no one International Space Station. Like Sunita Williams, she went there, she got stuck, and it took some time. It's all space station story, right? So it has been there for the last 25 years, and it will be there for 4 more years. And Elon Musk got the opportunity, has the contract to dismantle it and throw it in Arctic. So beyond 2030, you don't have space station, common space station, international space station. Why? Because now everybody wants to have their own space stations. India also wants to have our own space station, Antariksha Kendra. Bharatiya Antariksha Kendra. We want to have our station. We want to send our own Vyomanauts, Indian version of cosmonauts, Indian version of astronauts. The Russians said, do you want to still send people? Why? We have been doing it for 30, 40 years. We know the game. We know what happens there. Why you want to really send somebody, put him through that pain? So we'll send half humanoids. We'll send robotic cosmonauts. So the rest of the world will follow it eventually. So we are the youngsters here. Some of you who wanted to be astronauts, cosmonauts, vyomanauts may never get that chance because it's no longer needed. So fully trained, autonomous, scientific, scientist-like, pilot-like, captain-like, well-trained humanoids will be the masters of future space stations. That's what Russia is doing. That's what they are up to, Roscosmos. Okay, they do other things also, we don't know. We only know what they tell us. We only know how much they want us to know. So, but always cross your fingers that when they say that they are planning this way, probably they have already done it that way in some missions. Finally, we are not far behind. India is also on par with a lot of these guys, a lot of these missions. And what did we do? We landed on the south pole of moon. Why south pole? Because sun falls at a very low angle. So whatever ups and downs you have, the shadows are cast very long. You cannot really see what is a crater, what is a boulder. It's very, very cold. Nobody has done it. Navigation was difficult. Orbiting was difficult. Landing was difficult. Okay, once you landed, once you have the rover, in that difficult environment, how you navigate when light also starts cheating you, when the terrain starts cheating you. We did that. We did that in Chandrayaan-3. How did we do it? Autonomously, by scanning the surface, by assessing whether it is a crater or a boulder, whether it is a dust or mud or rock, slippery or not, whatever it is. You have to do so many things dynamically in the last 1 minute, last few seconds to decide whether to land or to move or to go that way or to go this way, and finally select a place and land safely through soft landing. Landed. Pragna, the rover, came out. Pragna is still working. Pragna is autonomous in navigating itself. Pragna knows what to target. Pragna knows what to do the spectroscopy for. Pragna knows how to pack it. Pragna knows how to ship it to the orbiter. Orbiter knows how to talk to our ground stations. So we have the live link because it's only our neighbor moon. Lag is in seconds. Light lag is only in seconds. So that's what we are doing. The same technology we are using in Earth observatory stations, and we are mapping. Right? Earth observation is nothing more but more capable remote sensing, more capable, more dedicated remote sensing. We have been in the business of remote sensing through IRS for some time. We know how to scan, we know how to take photographs, we know how to take spectral images of the entire topography. rivers, water bodies, forests, fields, towns, roads, whatever it is, we know it. And using that data, whatever we know from IRS exercises, we trained more robust models, and using those models, using Earth observation stations, now using the technologies we used in Chandrayaan, all artificial, now we are at a different level. At what level? We not only map, okay, this is the area where it is green, this is the area where we think it is forest, this is the area where we think it is riverbed, it's being mined recklessly. Whatever we wanted to do, we did that already. Now, what more we want now? We want to really take care of the health of the crops, not just map it. If you tell me, okay, these are fields, these are green fields, these are maize fields, these are paddy fields, oh, that's old stuff. Now you have to tell me what's wrong with my maize, what's wrong with my wheat field, what's wrong with my paddy field, how the harvest is going to be, how the yield is going to be, what should be the government support price system should be, on what dates, not months, dates. All these calculations our EOS is going to do mandal wise, village wise, field wise, thanks to Land Titling Act, your acre wise. Every piece of the land has a parcel number. Every number is geolocated. If you have paddy field in your 1 acre, 5 acres, we know about it. And we know about the health of your 5 acres. We know about the yield of your 5 acres. We know how to fix the minimum support price. We know everything thanks to EOS. These are the two technologies merged together. One, whatever we used for topographical studies in Chandrayaan, whatever we learned from IRS, you marry them together, apply AI models, and you finally have a useful, practical model of models that we are using in EOS at arbitrary stations, observatory stations. And of course, satellite data hackathons and all that you are exposed to. They release some data sets and you can play with it and you can do whatever you want to do with it. And Dr. Rajagaru is a master in that. Okay. I think from now on, he should take more and more sets from EOS if it is allowed. NRSA makes some data sets available, old data sets, of course. And you can take it and you can map for forests, you can map for rivers, you can map for dams, water levels, whatnot, all those things. And in all this, how academicians should take it. What is in it for us? Where do we put our fingers? It's all rosy, it's all grand. Okay, people are doing a lot of different things, but students cannot really touch those big systems. But at least, how do we do it? How do we practice doing it? I think from a massive system, we get an education, whatever is academically suitable, get the data set, start asking the questions. Do you know where my 1 acre is? Build an AI system to identify my 1 acre parcel. Whatever data I know it. Whatever data you have access to, you get it. If you don't have access, where it is likely to be, you find out. Why that system is not available, we'll figure out with the government, and you get it. And then the next question is, I have paddy. How do I have paddy? Who says? So your data should tell me. That means your sensors should sense for different crops and identify different crops, albeit from a nearby location, not from satellite, real satellite. Then you know that. You know you can identify the field. You know, then next question is it healthy? Next question is it healthy? How the leaves are, how the stems are, what type of pests you see in that. You ask questions, they have to come up with answers. I think that's the only way for us to use AI. AI is not sacred, AI is not perfect. It evolves, it evolves to the level of being general intelligent. Instead of artificial intelligence, one day we are going to call it general intelligence. Once it has general intelligence, those 1,000 models, 2,000 models, those big companies are like us individuals who will have subjectivity, which we don't like. We don't like. For the reasons of transparency, for the reasons of efficiency, for the reasons of processing volumes of data, we came here. Now all you are telling me is you are no good, no better than I am. So I don't like it. You may be Google, you may be Meta, you may be that, you may be this. I will not like it. So we want democratization of those models. Eventually, those models will be pocket sized, not big models. These big foundational models are good for us to learn, but actual models are going to be highly privatized, like us, secretive, confidential, not exposed to others, because they are going to be subjective. Instead of us, our shades are going to play in the name of artificial intelligence, general intelligence. So, meanwhile, before that happens, we have to go through this process. We are going through this process. I hope it makes sense. You challenge your students and you challenge your colleagues, you challenge us, everybody, so that we will have fun, we'll have ideas to do something with that. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable experiences from space and AI domain.
ఎవరికన్నా క్వశ్చన్ ఉంటే అడగమ్మా
If anybody
For
has a
completion, sir.
question, you can.
Are there any questions?
Yes.
Sir, two. Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'm Lucrative and the founder and CEO of Canal Solutions. Sir, it's really insightful and very second and lot of insight, right? So coming back to the going forward with the vision and the eventually what's going to happen to the general intelligence, sir. So how far we are to that extent of general intelligence now?
Well, a disclaimer. He is also my friend. He is also an AI expert. He is an AI expert and he is my friend also. So he is very soft on me. Okay. He knows the answer, but he is very soft on me to help me out. The question is, how far we are away from reaching the point of general intelligence. When the so-called artificial intelligence is no longer artificial, it is so autonomous, it's so powerful that it's going to think on its own, not based on the model, on which it is trained. Beyond the model, it's going to think. If it thinks, what happens? Yeah, it becomes another person, more knowledgeable, more capable, one more person, as if the population is not sufficient. It's one more person. But is that person going to be so dangerous that he is going to kill everybody here? Probably not. If it is that intelligent, I think it will have some sense also. It will have some generic sense also. So, achieving general intelligence seems to be reachable. Once you achieve that, you may start cutting wires. You may start feeding it. After all, somebody has to feed it. Somebody has to supply the energy. Somebody has to make a shape, right? Otherwise, only data is there all around us. Ether is there all around us. This universe is filled with data. This universe is filled with information. We don't know who is processing it, but somebody is processing it. Otherwise, we will not be here. We will not be here. So when such a thing is happening, the machine that we manufactured eventually becomes autonomous and thinking beyond the model that it is trained on. Like my grandson, what happens? One more person to live with or to train further. on ethics and governance. We need to do that. Nothing more than that. It's not a scary situation, I don't think. It's self-controlling. The entire universe is self-controlling. Whatever we do will not hurt us. It may be employed in a bad way. Okay, even a simple blade or knife also can be employed in a bad way. We don't have to think about general intelligence. I hope
Yeah, it does.
some
In
sense.
human connection,
Sir, there.
So I would like to express just I understand what there are two terms like between the general intelligence and autonomous. I'm very impressed by your about that. And as I'm talking about actually the non-Indian countries, especially towards the media and entertainment sector. What was in the So I'm looking for a basically the detail of direct to mobile technology. For the future 2030 years, there's no plan for take out models like the education of the data digital transformation landscape towards the my plans for there are 100 outlets in South India basically. So I want to support from especially AI technology transformation to satellite. So how it will be integration with different technology. That's my point.
Okay. I'm sorry, I heard someone, but I did not follow. What is the domain you are in? Broadly speaking.
I'm talking about like basically now kids.
No, anyone, Sir Venkateshwar Garu, did you understand the question? The question was very long, but really, what is it about? I could not follow.
it is from media and entertainment.
Ah,
Orange economy, or for the creators. I'm talking about the
Medium technologies.
okay.
And
Okay, direct to mobile.
yes,
And you think mobile is still going to be important?
DTH.
Okay. You think mobile is going to be important. That's the assumption. Okay, good. Then what happens to D2M? Okay. Oh, right. You don't need big radars. You don't need those antennas. You don't need nothing of that sort, right? Okay. What if that's what Musk is doing already through Earthlink? What he has done, he has series of satellites running around the Earth in low orbit. Instead of we going through cellular towers. Okay, if we are traveling from here to Jetcherla, there are so many towers on either side, right? We are passing towers. Instead of we pass the towers, what if the tower passes us? Same thing?
Yes.
Instead of a tower, what if the satellite passes us? Same thing? That's what Musk has already done it. So then what that means is tower, the satellite to us, there is a direct link.
Exactly.
Then we don't have to worry about other antennas, other mechanisms. So D2H is also an antenna. It's an antenna which is feeding to your TV
Yes.
or to your mobile, not mobile, your modem.
Yes, exactly.
Once it comes to the modem, through wireless, your phone gets it, your tab gets it, your computer gets it, right? Now, modem goes out,
Yes.
cable goes out,
Yes.
ACT goes out,
Yes.
those things go out, towers go out, everybody goes out. Now, you can be in the middle of the sea, you still get the same quality. Now, we in our villages, we don't get same quality as you in metro cities, right? In Hyderabad, you get beautiful bandwidth and you can see movie as you like. But in our rural villages, still we have sometimes we don't get it. In forest areas, we don't get it. In Girijan areas, in tribal areas, in hills, mountain tops, you don't get it. These fishermen will not get it when they go beyond few kilometers. So for all those people, Elon Musk has already a solution in the form of low Earth orbiting satellites. And that network he calls Starlink. Starlink or Earthlink? Okay, one of them. Okay, we are not behind it. That he is trying to put too many towers once again because he got the idea of instead of we passing, what if the tower passes type of mindset. We are Indians, right? We said No, 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 no. That is once again trashing the entire place. Let's go up to geostationary. We'll put a satellite, a communication satellite so powerful, so capable that it serves as the link provider, bandwidth provider to 140 billion people, billions of households, billions of offices, entire India and our neighborhood, if they want it, can get from one satellite. And that satellite is being built by Anant Technologies and ISRO with 4,000 crores as initial investment. So now our fields are clean, no more towers, no more local radiation, no more fights, no more on the building top antennas, no douse, no cough, no respiratory problems. So these are all linked to ground stations. These are all linked to towers. So we are going to eliminate them, maybe in 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years. If so, what is left is you only, right? Direct to mobile, or direct to screen, or direct to floor, or direct to ear, or direct to something, direct to who cares about mobile phone? Think about it. AI is going to make even mobile phone obsolete. I don't need a mobile phone. I don't need a mobile phone because it's my operating system right now. For me to listen to music, for me to see something, for me to talk to somebody over phone, all those things are there. But say I can do without that thing. So it's so heavy. I left it there. So I don't need that. So my shirt can help me, my glasses can help me, my pen can help me. It can come in any number of shapes, all enabled by AI. All are so minuscule, we don't even see them. We don't even feel them. Like aids today, hearing aids. They're so small. They can make even 1/100th of that. But for physically, you have to handle it, right? So now they are thinking about implanting a small chip with antenna, direct to chip, not mobile. That's how it's going to work. Hope that helps. You are in good business though. You made a lot of people unemployed by talking about direct to mobile. Now we'll talk about direct to glasses, direct to pens, direct to this, direct to that. That's what is going to happen.
Even also like stakeholders and also able to reach what is your reach, what is the benefits of connectivity through media channels. That is the question of
Once again, can somebody నువ్వు మాట్లాడుతుంటే నాకు ఎందుకో సరిగ్గా వినపట్లేదు. మేబీ మన ఇద్దరికి ఏదో ప్రాబ్లం ఉందేమో.
Sir, actually, market challenges and
స్లోగా మాట్లాడు, క్లియర్గా మాట్లాడు. ఎవరు మనల్ని బయటకు నెట్టట్లేదు. రాజుగారు కూర్చున్నారు. రాజుగారు కూడా కూర్చున్నారు కాబట్టి హీ వాంట్స్ టు హియర్ వాట్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఈస్. దెన్ హీ విల్ అడాప్ట్ ఇన్ టు హిస్ మోడల్స్. ఓకే, వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఇష్యూ? There is not, no, you don't have any problem, I don't have any problem. There is an issue generally that we are worried about. What is that issue?
lack of this like the mind stage.
Huh. The benefits are not, customers are not getting the benefits.
Yes.
Okay, that Americans should worry about it, not Indians. In India, everybody, irrespective of your socio-economic political status, you have access to mobile networks. You have a phone, maybe 2, maybe 3. Isn't it? Because it is so cheap in India. Because it is so accessible to our people in India. Thanks to our planners, no doubt about it. India, mobile networks are the cheapest in India. In US, they are still charging for incoming, for outgoing. They are still charging. So we are cheap. We are cheap. We are affordable. We are affordable. I think he is going to bet his entire life on mobile. So he wants to know how cheap it is going to be. If it is so cheap, from where he has to get money from. That's his worry. Okay, good questions. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Dr. Raj Garu and the KLH for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Moving on, I request teen academics, Professor Curriculum Various.
నేను కూడా ఇక్కడ కూర్చోను
సార్ మీ ప్లీజ్ చేస్తాను
ఇప్పుడా రండి అయితే రండి అయితే నాకు ఇది మూడోసారి అమ్మ మీ అన్ని నేనే తీసుకెళ్తున్నట్టున్నానమ్మా రెండో అంతేనా
It was a wonderful session.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్ థ్యాంక్ యూ అంటే మీరు దాన్ని ఎలాబరేట్ చేయగలరు లిమిటెడ్ సెషన్స్ మీరు దీన్ని పట్టుకుని మనం ఎప్పుడు రోబోట్స్ లైన్స్ అంటున్నాం థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్ థ్యాంక్ యూ అనంత్ గారు
We'll stay in touch.
నేను వస్తాను మా క్యాంపస్కి వచ్చాను రెండు మూడు సార్లు వచ్చాను వేరే ఒకటేమో ఎకనామిక్స్ టాపిక్ మీద వచ్చాను ఒకటేమో మోడీ గారు at 20 అని ఏదో పెట్టారు ఒకసారి థ్యాంక్ యూ